Welcome back. Welcome back. We're in the final hour. This is the last segment. It's 9:21. Remember, you can get interactive with us. The WhatsApp number is 4579994. The number to call 4579997. Now, there's a response here that I want to share coming in from the WhatsApp. Good morning, release. Now it says here, and we're just continuing to talk about the now, let me just say it's not, I don't think it's an official release of the names that are on the council. If you read the story, you'll kind of pick that up. This is not really coming from, but it's factual. All right, obviously it's factual. So it says my opinion. Oh yes, we're talking about the persons who were appointed, whose names were approved to be on the Youth Advisory Council, whether it be committee or a chairperson of a sector. Now, somebody says here, in my opinion, there is nothing wrong with supporting a party or disclosing that you are a supporter of a party. The problem is the blind followers who do not criticize their party and try to act as though every decision is correct. You can't support a friend and still critique their decisions. No, you cannot. The moment you critique and you're constructively criticizing that person, you are no longer a friend. Okay?
Yeah.
Sarcasm as its best.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the thing that kind of gets to me is you are an independent thinker to some extent because you are going to be influenced by some form of fashion, but to the highest degree you are an independent thinker, and you do not follow for following's sake, and you do not regurgitate or repeat just because you are a supporter of a political party or political side. Like you literally listen to both sides and come up with your own opinion on a particular matter. And for some people who are not like that, that is a problem, and they say the worst things about you and they try to make things very personal. Like, I don't get it. Right? If we're supposed to advance and develop, and I think independent thinking is the way to go, because somebody could be leading, but they could be leading you over a cliff. You would want some people or someone to at least say, listen, this not making any sense. Let's turn back. Let's stop. And to be that kind of individual is so far fetched in our society. It's quite sad. Anyways, yes, you're looking at me. Yes.
No, it what you're saying not wrong, enough. But then when I'm reading the comments on IWN, and people are saying they don't see how Rodney Small fits the NCCP director post, that I think it could be applied there, because at the end of the day, he now has to prove himself to the Vincentian public. And so far, based on the comments that I've seen, the Vincentian public does not believe that he is the best fit for this job. So he has a lot of work ahead of him. But
I don't even think that it should be a matter of him, like internally in his thinking. He has to prove himself to people. I think he has to prove himself to himself. He's been given a job. He's been given responsibility. It's up to him now, if there are some areas that he is falling short on, to beef up.
I disagree with proving himself to himself. He could have his own personal goals, but in a position like that where you're serving the public, you need to prove yourself to the public.
To the people?
To the people that you're protecting, they need to have faith in you. It's the same like the Prime Minister. People need to have faith in the Prime Minister and his judgments.
Before this, people knew what NCCP was?
Good question. Very good question.
Who was the director before Rodney?
I personally have no idea who was the director before Rodney.
Okay. Somebody says politics. Oh, I knew who one was. But
I think before it's that the Prime Minister is the head of national security. Whatever he decides, he made a good judgment. But the fact that we know Rodney Small, he's in the public eye, he's going to face criticism.
Everybody facing criticism.
But the last two probably didn't, because we don't know who they are.
Even everybody faces criticism in this place. Once you're alive, you're going to face criticism.
But that's what comes with being in the public eye.
That's what comes with being alive too. Criticism
Yeah, but
everywhere.
the level of it.
Yeah, PM probably gets the most criticism than anybody in the country.
Yep.
The
It's the
PM and
PM
the
fault for
Commissioner of
everything.
Police.
Remember, no, it's the PM fault for everything, you know. The sun hot. It's the PM. What the PM do to the sun? That's how it goes.
Actually, whenever we talk about heat, automatically we regret not voting for Ivan O'Neill. That's what happens now.
Coconut water every day. Bathing in coconut water.
Coconut water is good for you, good for
To,
your skin.
to shower.
We could have been like glistening and glowing all now. So,
You know,
but you want to be hardened.
I really hope that the listeners could take away the sarcasm when we start with foolishness.
I think. Well, they will take a time to learn you. I think by now they know how I stop. So
All
every
right,
now
we
and then
safe.
get a little sarcastic something.
We safe. We safe. We safe. We safe.
Well, I safer than you. I
Hey,
take you seriously.
Was the
Ah, jokes.
Minister of Creative Industries? I needed to
Minister,
creatively. I needed to
give me a
creatively support
chance.
me
Give me a chance, yes.
because you were campaigning.
I was campaigning. Yeah, yay. Anyways, let me get some more responses from the good people here.
Oh,
Somebody
yes.
says, but Ralph and Nick are good with each other. And this was because the conversation went to what did the conversation go to again? Oh, red or yellow, one side or the next, and I don't remember exactly. By his own words, must be one of those who will be labeled as one who could talk most, Dave Roberts.
Leave
By
Dave
his
alone.
own words, must be one of those who will be labeled as one who could talk most. Dave is my friend. Huh?
Leave Dave alone.
Dave is my friend. Dave is my friend. Here's another one. I have some issues when the government does not appoint or designate persons who would carry out policies. Call it what you want. Why should you have persons undermining you?
Valid point.
That is the nature of politics. If you don't like it, then you don't like politics. Sorry.
Finished?
Yes, I am.
All right.
Even when or after you're dead, some still criticize. Yeah, some people still criticizing Michael Jackson's skin color up to now.
Boy, even though his son just came out and explained it again.
Why would you need to explain something that's on Google?
Hey, you'd be surprised. You need
Stress.
to have it on TikTok now. People
You
don't
know.
Google anymore.
Yeah, it's on TikTok. Trust me, it's there. It's there. If people's toenails are on TikTok and people's hair, everything is on TikTok. TikTok is call it what you want, but it is helpful in a lot of ways.
It is helpful.
Anyways, right. So the number to call 4579997 4579994 is the number to WhatsApp. When you don't conform to what society expects of the average individual, you get put under a lot of pressure and unnecessary stress. It's the same as I think we touched on it Monday. Trying to come out of poverty, right? So the entire family was born into poverty, but there's this one uh, offspring, one child who happens to get a good job. Hello, good morning. I'm stepping on that.
Yes, Christal, my activation, my stimulation, and all of that. You know, I love this conversation this morning. Really love it.
Yeah.
Especially when I hear you, man. When I hear you, you know how I feel about you. I have said it publicly, and I don't know if it's the right thing I wanted, but remember, I expected you were to be spotted or to be given some opportunity a long time ago. And maybe because I say it like it is, right? Anyhow,
Yeah.
the history of certain people have proven that they are failures, right? And I think that's why we have history of people and something. I am hoping and expecting, anticipating that whoever are asked or appointed to fill certain positions will be able to live up to what is expected of them. If I read you correctly, Christal, and I'm dealing with you specifically
Mm.
because I have a lot of hope in you. I I do. You see, with all these women being appointed in St. Grenadine, it begs for a lot of questions, right? And you can't avoid that because people are always looking, seeing. St. Vincent and Grenadine is a small place. If you think you're hiding somewhere, you might just be exposing yourself more. Now I say that because I hope from a woman's standpoint, when it is when the time is right for you to speak out as a woman who are up against any kind of oppression, suppression, sexual exploit, or somebody's trying to get on to you, to get sexually acquainted with you and so on. I hope you have the belly, the guts to speak out against that. You hear me? That's what I'm expecting. And I'm following these women carefully because politicians have a way of saying things and making women look like the worst thing. So I am hoping that all these women who the Prime Minister is given an opportunity will not be hoodwinked or will not be misguided or will not be hypnotized or mesmerized by all what he's doing, and that they can still give a good account of themselves. So I just want us to get across that message because Satan does his work, the devil does his work in all different forms, but it's up to those of us who have a good heart, who have a conscience, and who understand what it's all about, especially if you believe in a God. I believe in a God, so that's why I can speak like that. Who don't want to believe is up to them. But I just hope that I will not be disappointed by you in particular. And if there's anything I hear, I am coming to, just like how I'm speaking here, I'm coming to tell you about it. I'm going to remind you. I'm going to ask you, what is this all about?
Mm-hmm.
Amen. Thanks.
Yeah, get pull
Thank
up.
you. I have read between the lines.
You're going to get pull up.
I read between the lines. That's my response to that. Yeah. You know what I'm also thinking that this the Youth Advisory Council reminds me now I was not around when the not around but I was not paying attention at the time when oh boy now you see the name the National Youth Council um was up and running. I wasn't paying attention or I was not around, not sure, probably primary school, whichever, because I don't know the year it stopped functioning. But it reminds me of how people speak about that council, and perhaps this is answering the call for a return of the National Youth Council. I have to look into it a little bit more to see how similar the two entities are. Yeah. But anyways, good morning to Katha. It's 9:35. We have just about 5 more minutes to wrap up on this one here. With time, we'll touch on it a little bit more. I'm not too sure how deep they will get into it during Shake Up. But, Shake Up is a political program. So they're going to talk about things that the government is doing um, that can bear some fruit and bring in some results, for lack of better term. Well, with time, we'll learn a bit more. Maybe, perhaps, we'll hear from some individuals who are on the council to hear exactly what they are looking forward to in terms of their expectations, apart from me. Not today for that. All right. Ari threw me under the bus this morning. Didn't come plan.
It's news. We had to
prepared.
talk about news.
It's all right. It's
We
all
had to
right.
talk about it.
I
I was
like your private
surprised.
life,
I was
you know.
surprised when I saw your name.
Spell
And
wrong though, but it's all right.
It's spelled your name wrong.
It's spelled wrong. That's how I know it's not an official release too.
All right, Kenton, you had to change that.
No. That's how he got it. That's how it went out to people who's supposed to get it.
But somebody on the list said to me, boy, people don't know how to keep things quiet, boy. But there's like 30 people, right? A lot of people on the list to keep it to themselves. They're telling the family telling somebody,
No. This is not a telling. This is a showing.
Oh, this eyewitness news story is definitely a showing. But when you have that many people,
they're bound to.
Somebody bound to tell somebody that going to tell somebody that going to tell somebody that going to place the document in the hands of the media. That's how it
nothing
works.
wrong with that.
And there's nothing wrong with
that. That's the role they play, right? We play. Sorry, forget.
Now you get feedback. you get to you do some self-criticism. You see where you can improve.
The only thing I'd say about it coming out prematurely, I say prematurely, is there is a possibility that one or two names may not be on the final list. Because if you read, it says Eyewitness News was reliably informed that Small's appointment, as well as that of other members of the council, was approved by cabinet on September 13th. Okay, so it doesn't mention it here. But there is a slight chance, maybe not, but it may be, with time, it might be or might not be incorrect for one or two names.
I didn't even see Augustine. Big up Ferdinand.
Yeah.
I don't know why I scrolled over his name. Yeah.
How dare you?
Big up 40 on the appointment, boy.
Jokes in this place. But we'll see how it turns out. It's 2 years. 2 years of a bit of work.
You ready?
Me? I'm ready to eat. That's what I'm ready to do. I am ready to eat. Manger. Comer. Tomar to take or to eat? Comer?
Comer is
to
eat.
To eat?
Yeah.
Tengo hambre. Ahora. Ahora. Kisha.
Hey, I need to put that in the library. Some people wake up confused. What's this? What is this noise?
What are those?
These young people. But yeah, congrats to everybody who's on the list. I don't know what's the final list. You're hearing it from Christal, or this might not be.
Maybe I want to confuse some people.
But congrats to everybody. A lot of the names are familiar names to me, and they are professionals in their respective fields. So congrats to you guys. We're now wrapping up our activated morning and getting ready to hop into good old community Dateline. So the time in St. Vincent and the Grenadines